What's good? What's good, everybody? We're live with my boy Toben Oporum. I played football with my guy at KU. He played in the league, so we're gonna get straight into it. I
Hmm.
wanted to bring somebody who played in the NFL, who have seen guys with a lot of money, have seen guys with a little bit of money. Talk about the experiences of what OBJ was talking about, right? He's like talking about $100 million. That's not generational wealth, or it's hard to build generational wealth with that because the taxes. And I think OBJ was way off the mark how he was trying to explain it because he was like, "Yeah, you don't understand. Like taxes are going to take 40 million away from you. You're only." And he wasn't saying taxes are going to hit hard. He was saying that like you only have 60 million left. Like you only have 60 million
Hmm.
left. Then he's like, but when you put in perspective that you're going to spend $4 million a year, like that's another problem. What do you mean spending
Hmm.
four? You don't gotta. You're choosing to spend $4 million a year. You
Right.
only have 8 million left over. Like once again, I think he was going off with the onlys as if we were about to be the dang, bro. Like, yeah, what are you
Right.
gonna do with 8 million? And then the last problem was when he said it, he was like, yeah, when you get the money, you have to spend it, you have to use it, you have to do something else. Then he said invest it, and then he's like flying. It's like everything you said, but one thing was just once again money going out, nothing the same as
Hmm.
money coming in. So
Yeah.
with you playing in the league, being on different teams, seeing different guys do stuff, like what was some of the wildest things that you might have seen like a big player like purchasing? You like, dang, bro, you getting that?
Man, some of the wildest things I saw the big name players getting. Man, the thing is, when you're at the level that I was, and I wasn't one of the big name guys or anything
Yeah.
like that, I was undrafted. You don't necessarily understand the levels to money. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, to me, when I walk into someone's house and they got multiple elevators in it and a 10, 15 car garage, it looked crazy to me. It might
Yeah.
not be crazy to them at that time. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
I've seen
normal.
it's normal. I've seen people come up with some of the craziest investment ideas.
Yeah.
And it gets, for a lot of them guys, it gets hard to tell people no when they ask for money. I had I remember in Kansas City, I'm not going to drop any of the names.
Yeah.
Somebody had their friend that was trying to get them to invest in their idea of putting a strip club at the airport. And
Hey,
they were really
oh
thinking
my.
about it, bro. They was really thinking about it.
And
It
like,
was
hey,
just
that
like,
mug might really pop.
man, nah, ain't
So
nobody
they're
sticking
trying to
around
make
the air.
soul plane,
Exactly, exactly.
a real life soul plane,
Ain't
bro.
nobody sticking around no airport for that. I'm trying to get in and
Come
out,
on, bro. We trying
in
to,
and out the
bro. We
city.
literally trying to make the flight, bro. Boy showing up late, barely getting on the flight. We're
They
not
they
got
gonna
time,
man, they gonna be missing all types of flights doing that mess, bro.
man.
Crazy.
So you got multiple elevators. You got the people pitching crazy ideas. What about like cars? Like, what about the big name guys? Like, did they always have a new car? Were they buying the car? Were they leasing the car? Were they renting the car?
Yeah,
Or what was the car? Because I know that's a big one that guys do spend a
yeah,
lot of money is on
yeah.
cars.
I think it was different because like when I was in Kansas City, based on the weather, a lot of guys were functional with what they were driving. So you saw a lot of Jeeps and stuff
Yeah.
like that because of the snow and everything.
Hmm.
But when I got to Houston, man, I'm talking camo wrap G wagons, you know what I'm saying? AMGs, all types of stuff. So you start to see them really because in Houston they competing with other athletes, entertainers, rappers, dope boy, like whatever it is.
And you just
They're
have, and
competing
it's a
with a lot of
black scene
people.
where a lot of
Exactly,
young, wealthy entrepreneurs are out there. They might not
exactly,
even
bro.
have the 40 million, but we can kind of stunt in the same
Man,
way though.
listen. They competing with the Nigerians out there. You know what I'm saying? So
I ain't even
so
gonna
they
go on
moving different.
y'all hush puppies out there. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna go
man.
in because this ain't the combo, but we're gonna come back with y'all hush puppies.
Yeah, so they competing a lot. So in Houston, I think that's where I really started to see like, okay, this is how I can imagine that people spend money recklessly when you find yourself in a city like that and it has a certain nightlife and it has a certain appeal and you're
Mhm.
moving a certain way. I can definitely see how it happens.
Yeah. Now, well, what about the practice squad guys? What about the league minimum guys? So
Hmm.
because you're saying you weren't one of the big guys, so you go
Hmm.
see three elevators, you see the rap cars, you see the iced out chains and all that. Like
Yeah.
how are you able to like compartmentalize? I could buy that car, but I can't afford that car. And some
Yeah.
people just go ahead and buy it. Like, how do most of the lower level guys kind of go back and forth with that?
To me, it's like I feel like you try to shine in the areas that you can. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I didn't get a house with elevators in it. I had a nice apartment though. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I didn't get a G Wagon or AMG or nothing like that, but I had a nice Infinity, a nice
hmm
BMW. um I feel like you find the areas to shine in, whether it's, oh, they got, this huge multiple Cuban link necklaces. Cool, I'm gonna get me a couple tiny Cubans or something like that. Or
yeah,
they might got, AP with diamonds busting in it. Cool, let me get me a little Rolex that costs, 8, 9, 10,000. And I think where people struggle is, especially when you're young. When you're young, you don't know nothing. That's the first time you've seen. I guess it's different now with NIL and college money, because we came into the
yeah.
league, we was broke, and they come into the
We
league,
were
they got more money than some of the cats playing. You know what I'm saying?
facts. They talked
But it's
about Jeremiah Smith making more than what Jackson Smith and Jig were making.
exactly, bro. So, when we come into the league and we're not used to seeing, no more than $800 a month when we in college, you start seeing a couple thousand in your bank account, and you don't realize that that's only coming in that 6 month period during the
Yeah,
season, and you got to find a way to manage that for the rest of the year. And when
yeah.
nobody's telling you what to do or how to do it, or maybe somebody's informing you the wrong way,
hmm
it goes quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember they said who was LaShawn McCoy. They said that after his first year, they had to basically front him his money for the next year because they said he blew through his rookie stuff, and like right after the season, he needed more money. And like it was like the week after they were done, he's like, "Yeah, so what's good with that check?" Like it always hit on
Hmm.
Tuesday. It's like, bro,
Yeah.
like season over. What you talking
Yeah.
about? So do guys have? Well, I can't even ask that. I know that guys have money management problems, right? The numbers are the numbers. 80
Hmm.
plus guys going percent of guys going broke within 2 to 3 years. Or do you think that's strictly from trying to stunt? Is that bad investments? Is that money draining you? Because I've actually done the numbers. And the reason why I say that is it can't be just from the stunt. Because if you go look at a guy like Dak Prescott, right?
Hmm.
Or a guy like Justin Jefferson, where he's at 35 million a year. So we'll use him instead of Dak, and it's almost half. Justin Jefferson could buy a Ferrari every month of the year, and it really not affect his overall of going broke because it's 250,000. I'm making 35 million, right?
Hmm.
So where does like is it houses, investments? Because you have to do a lot to lose $200 million, right? So what
Right.
did you see mostly guys making the biggest mistakes on?
Well, kind of, you have to think about it. You hear this big astronomical number and understand that about 35% of that gets cut from taxes immediately. Then you got agent fees, and also a lot of the things that OBJ was saying is legitimate things that happen that people don't take into account for where
Mm-hmm.
the money goes. You get what I'm saying? And then after that, it's a multitude of everything you just said, whether
Yeah,
it's bad investments that go bad, bad people in your corners taking money from you. From what I've seen, in my opinion, I think it's the biggest issues I've seen is, one, people trying to stunt, but the
yeah,
other part is having that mentality of, I made it out, I got to take care of everybody around me. And
yeah.
it starts at a lower level, whether it's you going out with your boys from where you from and taking care of everything, every drink, all the food, all the bottles, all the club entry fees, all of that stuff. You're taking care of that every single time y'all do something. That 5, 6, 7, $8,000 tab adds up every single time. But then
And it's
people don't.
Saturday and Sunday or Friday and Saturday. So it's twice,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly. And then people don't ask you for little money no more. It's not, damn, hey man, let me get 20 on gas. Hey bro, you got 50, or oh man, I got my phone bill. Can you lend me 150? No, bro. People ask you for, oh man, I got my child support this, can you help me out? I got I'm behind on my mortgage, can you help me on 3 months of that?
I've
I ain't got nowhere to
seen
stay, can I stay
one.
with you for 6 months? You know what I'm saying? They start asking you for big investments, and it's no longer, gas money. It is house money, it's investment money, it's lawyer fee money, it's all types of stuff that accumulates, and it gets hard to say no, because you empathize with those people, because you're like, damn, I'm the one person who made it out. I can help them. It ain't gonna kill me if I help them. So let me go ahead and do what I
Yeah.
can do. And if you're not really keeping an eye on your money, it adds up quick.
Yeah. And I remember one of our guys was like, yeah, bro, one of my homies just asked me for 50 bands to renovate his house.
Come
Bro,
on,
like,
man.
bro, that how you gonna ask me to renovate your house, bro? Like you didn't ask me 50 because something crazy happened. That's a luxury, bro. Like renovating your house. And then another
Yeah.
guy I know, one of the homeboys, asked him, called him from jail. Hey, I need 4 bands, bro, to get up out of jail. Duh, 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 duh. And then he like, bro, you know I got you. And then he say, what's up with your other homeboy that you rock with that got all the bread? That he said he
Hmm.
got all the bread, right? He ain't in the league enough, but he claimed he got the money. He said, man, he helped me like 3-4 months ago get out. I'm still in the hole with him about 1,500, but I'm paying him back. He said, so one, you're telling me you was just in jail and had to get out 3 months ago, and you're also going to ask me for more money than what you owe old boy, so you ain't even paid him back. How am I
That's
going to follow
crazy.
up? So that's the thing. Like
Man.
people really be asking for those things, and I'm like, hey, bro, you can't give it to him, bro. Like give him some good words of encouragement, and if he's still in
Yeah.
there, throw 200 on the boy's books. I
Exactly.
said, but
Man.
no, you can't fall for it. Like you feel bad for them, but you shouldn't feel bad for not doing certain things for everybody, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Until you reach a certain level of emotional maturity, oftentimes people think that if they don't help that person out, how that's going to affect their relationship moving forward, and think like, damn, that's been my boy for how long? I don't, if I don't do this and I know I'm able to, like, he ain't gonna stop rocking with me. You don't want that to affect your relationships. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I learned this a long time ago. I wish I could remember who told me, but they basically said, don't lend out money that you plan on ever seeing again.
Yeah.
It's that simple. If you
Pretty
if you
much.
need it and you plan on getting it back, don't lend it out. You better off just like if they can't afford 10, 20, 30,000 now, what make you think they're gonna be able to afford it back to you at any given moment? It's just
How are they
unlikely.
going to work that hard to get that money and then pay it to you, but then still be good with the initial situation they had? Like, it don't even make sense. Like I
Exactly.
said, I always
Exactly.
tell people is I always present it like when people ask me, you get one chance to mess me over, right? And
Hmm.
and and if you get me for something, it's gonna take you years, right? Because I'm not starting at 2,000 for you. Like, so I might have gave you 50, and if you gave me the 50 back by the timeline, hopefully
Hmm.
you don't need no more, but you might get 100, right? So it's gonna take, but I ain't gonna go 50, 100.
It's
But
the credit system of
yeah, but you
DP.
you know what I mean? And like I said, now if you work over 10 years, but at that point, I'm gonna be at like say, bro, why you always need something, right? So it ain't even
Yeah.
gonna get to that because now it's just a
Right.
you problem. But I tell everybody, if sometimes you don't get the 50 back and 100 back, you got 100 to get rid of somebody that wasn't for you and wasn't rocking with you. Hey, this is not a
That's
gift,
simple.
this is a loan. I want my money
Exactly.
back by this. Now I'm cool with not getting it back because I know that's how it works. But if I don't get it back,
You
don't
got
ask me for
issues.
nothing else, and we ain't got nothing to talk about,
Yeah.
right? So, but it's just tough because you got the friends, you got the family. A lot of the times, it's the mom, the dad as well, right? So you're just like,
Yep.
man, like, what was it? Tyron Smith who had to file like a restraining order against his family,
Yeah,
right? They
bro.
was trying to him buddy up for the bread.
and
So
and they and they feel entitled to what you got. It's like we
oh,
brought you all
100%.
the way through this. Like they feel, and a lot of guys they start to feel. I don't know if it's responsible, but they feel like they have to help, their parents and close family and friends alleviate mistakes that they made, and it's not their responsibility. They just can't get that through their heads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think one guy that people always talk about, Aaron Rodgers, he ain't talked to his parents in like 20 years. He got into the league rookie year. They basically tried to run the play on him. Hey, you owe us. Rodgers ain't talked to them boys since. They said, he
Man.
like, bro, you ain't gonna hit me up. Like, if I can do something out the goodness of my heart, and I'm also not the guy to say, like, for instance, I know Jackson, right? I know his dad. I'm also gonna be the guy to say, bro, you just signed 180 guaranteed, signed for $120 million. Like, Pops ain't gotta have a car that, tire keep going flat. Go buy him something for 30, 40. Pop, I ain't gonna buy you but like those are different things of like now we just doing too much of like
Yeah.
Pop's riding in the beat up car, or mama's still literally in the hood. You can go get now you can't get a 150, but let's say where we're at in 40, you go get $300,000 house. You ain't even got to buy it off, whatever. But like those are extreme circumstances of like, bro, you just got 120 million in the account now compared to your kid got drafted in the 5th round and he got a $3 million contract and you want him to take care of the family. Like, no, he got 1.5 through 4 years after the taxes. Like, well, he just got a nice paying job, bro. Like,
exactly. And that water can, and 5th round, that water can get cut off real quick.
Facts. And
you feel what I'm saying? They didn't invest too much in you that they feel like they can't cut you. It happens all the time.
And when you were getting your money, right? What was the biggest like single payment that you got?
Biggest single payment I got. I'm trying, man, it's so crazy how much it's changed. Because I think rookie minimum when I was playing was like 450,000 for the year. For the year.
100%.
So now cut that by 16. You feel what I'm saying? It was probably like what 30,000 for a game check. You know what I'm saying? Which at the time, again, I didn't come from a whole bunch of money like that. My parents took care of us. It's all love, but 30,000 at one point, that's big money. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'll never forget when I was in New Orleans. I'm not gonna throw no names out there, but they were showing me that game check. I looked over. 570,000 one game. I said, bro, what? I didn't know it was getting like that. So, and it's probably, and bro, that's 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
So I can just imagine what, take a Dak Prescott, what his game checks look like. You know what I'm saying?
3.5 million a game.
Man. Hey, but them boys earned it. I ain't even mad. I love to see it.
Bro, that's crazy. But like when you get that, even 30, the reason why I asked, right? Because we're talking about this from being I'm 36, you 34 or 5 now.
35
and a 36-year-old, right? And we're talking about this from the other side, seeing the mistakes, knowing the mistakes, seeing like I've seen that money, but not through the league. But right. So what's the first thing you think like, okay, I know what everybody said, but 30 just hit my like, did you have a hard time like being like, no, I'm not gonna spend it? Or was it like, nah, bro, I gotta spend it? Or did you spend it like when you first got that? Like, what was it like? Because we hear it all, but it's the first time and I don't know how.
I ain't gonna lie to you. That 30 getting spent, I ain't gonna lie to you. You really don't know no better, bro. It's like I remember, when I was in Kansas City, I used to go to the Plaza every Monday because Monday was our day off, or maybe it was Tuesday, and just buy new shoes. I bought so many shoes when I was playing. Shoes that I wore once, maybe never wore. It's funny. I was literally in my group chat talking earlier. I took my son to go get a haircut. Took a video of him. He got these J's on, and I was just saying, man, it's so crazy how life comes full circle. And we do everything we can to make sure our kids got better than what we had, right?
Yeah.
And I said, I didn't touch my first pair of J's till I was in my 20s. My son, 3-4 years old. Yeah, bro. And it's just like, I didn't touch a pair of J's till I was in my 20s. My son, 4 years old, 3 years old, 2 years old, rocking. And it is a beautiful thing to see. And I don't want to change the topic too much, but it's just like knowing what I was doing about my rookie season, just buying shoes over and over and over and over. It was so wasteful, man. I can't even think about all the money I wish I could get back from whether it was shoes or happy hours or sushi or whatever it was, just out and about messing around.
Just flights, just because you can go somewhere. We go. I didn't even want to go there, but we can, so let's go.
Exactly, bro. I was watching. Damn, I wish I could remember what podcast this was, but they said. Matter of fact, it was Boogie Cousins that said it, and they said, "What did you waste the most money on?" And he said, "Every night I went to a nightclub when I was playing ball, it was a waste. It was a waste of money."
Yeah.
I was like, I feel that because I had a lot of good times. Believe me, like I had fun. I kicked it.
Yeah.
But when you really look back at it, it's like, what did all that amount to?
Yeah. And I was one of those dudes that was old, but even at KU, I was like, bro, I'm tired of going out, bro. Like, I keep seeing the same people. I see the same girls. I see y'all every day at the facility, bro. Like, at some point, like, I just feel like I'm just doing the Groundhog Day, going to the same 3 places.
Yeah.
But like I said, it takes takes their own, path in their maturity, and not saying one way is better than the other. But I think the quicker people find out that, hey, the things that a lot of people are able to do usually aren't the things that lead you to where you want to go because, like I said, everybody's at the club, so it can't have too much of a good impact on you because
That's true.
everybody's there, right?
That's
So I
true.
always tell the athletes, if you see a lot of people able to do what you're able to do when you're on a different level, you're probably not in the right spot anymore because
Oh,
they're
this is
not
this
on
is
that same.
this is where the money goes because everybody can
Yeah,
get in the club, but not everybody can get a table. Not everybody
yeah,
can pop the bottles. Not everybody
yeah.
can fill their table up with all the women in here and make sure everyone. So that's where they have this idea of like, well, let me separate myself
So
from all
I'm
the
in
others.
here
You know what I'm
with y'all,
saying?
but while we're in the same, there's
Yeah,
another level, even though we're in the same room.
exactly,
And
exactly.
even with that, like before we wrap it up, so we talked about a lot of the pitfalls. Like, what were some of the good things you saw like guys do from a lower level guy to a higher level guy? I remember they talk about Ryan Broyles, like he used to live like on $50,000 a year, and he's
Hmm.
doing pretty good right now, doing some other stuff. Then you even get the beast modes, the Keekleys, the Lux of them talking about, we never spent, any NFL money. It was endorsement money. Like, what were some of the things that you was like, hey, that's solid by some of the
Mm.
guys that they were doing.
Um, I'll give a couple examples, and this one that I'll never forget, and it was from Cyrus Gray back when I was in Kansas
Yep.
City, and I still hold on to this not being an athlete anymore. And Cy was always like, it was during the preseason, and boys are trying to figure out pregame outfits and all of that stuff, and he was like, "Listen, bro, don't ever try to be the flyest dude on the team because you're never gonna be the richest."
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, I could still put it on, but him just saying that alone was really just like just lock in. Like, don't worry
Yeah.
about impressing people. Don't worry about trying to keep up with the Joneses. Like, just do you and don't worry about it. And truly, it's like that in the real world too. You're gonna try to flex, and there's always gonna be somebody who got more than you. You know what I'm saying? So there's no point in acting like that. So that was always a good piece of advice I held on to for a long time from Cyrus. Um, and then, I remember being in Houston and watching, a lot of moves that like Andre Johnson would make with investments and different things like that. Hopkins was making with his investments and everything, JJ Watt. And I think I really saw somebody on the business side of things when I got to New Orleans. And I
Yeah.
used to go to this restaurant that was, walking distance from my apartment downtown. And they're like, "Oh yeah, Drew Brees owns this," and a bunch of others. And it was walk-ons. You probably heard of walk-ons, but
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
Yeah. Yeah.
realize he was such a major player in it. Meanwhile, he throwing dimes on the field. You know what I'm saying? So I never really understood like the business aspect of things until talking to Drew and learning about some of the things that he's put together and everything. So I had a chance to watch a lot of good men, and even Ben Watson. He
Yep.
released a book. I'm like, bro, you writing books and then in here catching passes? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was cool to see guys find ways to be productive in a society outside of just what they could do on a football field. And I had a chance to see that in a lot of cool ways. And obviously, you and I both know C. Harris, like we all
Yeah.
very, very close to him from college to professional to just now. We speak damn near every day.
Yeah.
And to see everything he's been doing post football. He set the foundation while he was playing, and he made it out. He got out the mud. He was an undrafted cat,
Yes.
and to see him set his family up for success beyond the football field has been cool.
Yeah. Yeah. No, man. That's the biggest thing is that you can only hope and wish that more guys take that route, right? Especially with the access to simplicity when it comes to investing. You don't got to pay
Hmm.
nobody. You got things like Acorns, right? You got
Yeah,
where you can just put money in and it does it for you all the time. Back in the day, you had to be in the newspaper. The internet was slow or no internet. Now stuff's right there in front of you. You just hope and wish at some point the athletes start trying to figure out, what I mean, what's the least path of resistance to getting to where I want to be? Because some of them make it, but it's like you needed the second or the third contract because I blew this one, blew that, right?
hmm,
Um,
yeah,
but before we get off, it's actually funny that you still hear so much about NFL guys blowing money, but there's not even a story I can think of one of these NIL athletes like splurging on craziness. Like
hmm,
they've done way better than I thought with just the flex part of. They be low
yeah,
key, bro. Like
yeah,
I feel like a lot of guys we knew if they was getting, bro, these dudes, what I do in the NIL
hmm,
stuff, bro. Boys
yeah.
really getting 100, 150, 250 a month, bro.
Yeah. It's
And like
crazy.
you in college, bro, with
Hmm.
the mindset that college kids have, and you don't really be seeing these dudes doing like craziness. You would think there would be more trouble. It's pretty much
Hmm.
the same trouble that guys have always got in, speeding stuff and all that,
Yeah.
whatever with the girls. But I actually thought it would be a lot more wild with dudes just driving the craziest cars, because a lot of the
Yeah.
cars they get are just leased through the dealerships, and they're giving them to
Yeah.
them to deals like
Yeah.
Jeremiah Smith, Arch Manning, Shador, like he was probably the most flashiest of it all, but like the G Wagon, I think he had, the Cybertruck, all that was given to him. So
Hmm.
they just the way they
Yeah.
put on and you know kind of did the whole Sanders aura around it, but like a lot of
Yeah.
cats is saving money in
It's
college. I
saving
hope
money.
this new generation takes that into the league with them.
Yeah. I feel like they get more access to information early now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think there's more conversations about NIL money and whatnot, so they're getting wise about how they spend it. It
yeah,
seems like parents are stepping up and helping advise their children and putting them in the right positions, which is a beautiful thing to see. You know what I'm saying? And I also think at 18, 19 years old, even with all that money, if you're in Lawrence, Kansas or Boulder,
yeah,
Colorado or whatever, you still kind of have like a small mindset. Like you don't know everything that's out there until you get into a league in one of these big cities. Everything's magnified. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Because like so you
Expectations
playing
of
in
what you
bigger
do are
cities,
magnified. Bro, I mean, you got to think about even with the thing that a lot of these guys are pursuing, whether it's stunting or it's women or whatever. It don't take that much in college. If you got $1 million in college, what you gonna do? Go to the cave and spend 100,000? Like, no, you can get you can do anything you want
drink
to for
scoot, drink
$20. You
scoot
know what I'm
out.
saying? Exactly. So the what's expected of them is lower, in my opinion. And then even the
Yeah,
girls that they want are, they're all in college on the same footing. I don't think it's like, oh, he got money, I'm about to get him. Like, they're gonna like you just because you play ball and you look good. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So it don't require as much. But I think it's good that we haven't heard any crazy stories like that. I
yeah.
don't even know if like on top of the NIL, they still got scholarships. So it's like even if you blow everything that you could blow in
They
the
got
NIL.
NIL scholarship rev share, bro.
Exactly. So
They get money
for
for.
you
They
for,
got
for
the
you to run through all of that is crazy.
bro. They got the other lawsuit money that they got with the agreement that they owed all the people back to like 2015, 16 or
Hmm.
whatever. Boys getting 250,000. We got the NCAA game check where
Yeah.
we got like three bands, bro. They getting like some people getting 80, some people getting $250,000 from money owed through lawsuits. I had to look at one of my guys' stuff the other day, and I was like, I was on y'all side, but every day y'all keep getting more money. I'm starting to not like y'all. Like, dang, like it's
Now you can't be
endless.
one of the
All
old
these
heads
boys getting
hating.
endless bread.
I know. We played in the wrong time, bro.
Bro, we was getting $383 a month to be on campus.
Yeah, bro.
And we had to buy lunch every day and every
Mhm.
meal on the weekends.
That's bro. I be telling cats, I'm like, bro, I got 800 a month and my rent was 400. So immediately, boom, 50% was gone. You gotta buy the food, you gotta buy your toiletries, you gotta live life, you gotta buy gas.
Yes.
Listen, if anything, I learned how to make $20 stretch, $30 stretch. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying? So it really is humbling when you look back at it and see everything that we were able to do and accomplish compared to what guys are able to get now. I mean, I don't want to say, yeah, we paved the way, but they earned it, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And it
But the
is
guys
it is
before us
cool to
paved
see.
the way, right? We got the new
For sure.
facility when we were at KU, and
Exactly.
all those guys were
Exactly.
all like, that's just how you hope. Like, it's the next generation. If you're an athlete, it's kind of like your kid, right? You want the next athletes to do better than you
Yeah.
because you were able to do better than the ones before you. So
Yep.
it sucks that we were the first ones to pretty much miss the bread, like,
I
right?
know,
Because
I
we were the
know, right
closest to
there.
it. Like, I wouldn't be
Yep.
mad if I was an 80s player, right? I'm mad
Yeah.
because we were like 3 years away,
Right there. Right
right?
there.
Because even the NIL started after 2020, but they got the payback like up to
Hmm.
2015. It's
Yeah.
like, come on, bro.
Crazy, bro. All I needed was like a red shirt here, a gray shirt there, a medical
Hey,
injury here. You know what I'm
9 years when the boy from Miami played, the tight
Yeah,
end,
bro.
9.
I could have pull one of those. I'd have been making more money than I was all up and down on the practice squad and the active roster.
That's why these dudes is really trying to stay in forever because it's dang their career. Like, they're trying to make a
Yeah.
career of it. Think about it. If you can be a quarterback, mostly is what these quarterbacks, they're doing 6 to 7 years.
Hmm.
Starting quarterbacks are now going for pretty much $3 to $5 million a year, bro.
Yep.
So if I can go somewhere for $3 million. Let's just put it on the low end for 4 years. That's 12. Let's say my senior year, I got hurt, even though I had a 3rd round draft grade. Why wouldn't I then say, well, I might have just wanted to raise my stock, go get another 4? Well, it would have actually been more because they're going to go up if you're still the guy there, right? But we'll keep it at 3. Well, hey, I could go to the league, y'all, and y'all going to have to rebuild. Go ahead and give me that 4.5 just so you ain't got to pay some money. Bro, these boys got a career out of it.
And these schools is bidding against each other because there's no penalty in the transfer portal. So if another school about to offer you a little bit more, that's your incentive to just dip and leave. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, bro.
There's a lot to it, bro.
It's wild, bro. It's wild. I was telling people, KU hit me up. Hey, we got to keep such and such. I said, I don't care. I said, I don't like that.
Good luck. Hey, I mean, after that donation, they got
see it to my stuff right there. I said, but I don't like y'all that much to keep money. Hey, I said, I don't care if I went to Georgia and we had a legit chance for the Natty, bro. I'm not giving, like, you seen Troy Aikman. He said he gave all that bread, biggest donation, Don't even get a thank you from the player, the people.
Bro.
It's expected. Like, bro, y'all expecting dudes just to shell out money over and over and over, and there's no benefit from them. The only benefit for most of these people is if it was going to be a write-off. That's the only benefit.
Put my name on the stadium. What you talking
exactly. About? Like I said, players leaving, they don't even say thank you after getting the bread. So, no, I can't do that.
That's
but
crazy,
bro, no. I appreciate you for jumping on. Like I said, I know it was late with the just the topic in general, regardless of when we did it. But I wanted to kind of, break down some of the stuff that other guys, if even the big pods weren't even talking about. They was just, kind of going in what he was saying and kept it surface level and not even just talking about, like, you got people really trying to make strip clubs and airports, right? You got people asking for $50,000 to renovate their house and do whatever. So you definitely want to figure out as soon as possible that everybody just can't like you, bro. Sometimes you got to say no, and majority of the times you got to say no. But with that being said, man, I appreciate you. We'll definitely jump back on and do some more of these, as I always like chopping it up with my bro. So, man, I appreciate everything that you do. Keep doing your thing.
That's love, bro. I appreciate you. All right, now, be easy.
Yep.